Well, good afternoon. This is Dr. Mark Cooper again, and I'm here to talk a little bit more about diets and how you can keep on your diet but still go out to eat. Most of the diets that I've helped people with are anti-inflammatory diets, or low glycemic diets for diabetes. And these are not just diets, they're really lifestyle changes. So it's kind of important to find a way that you can maintain your enjoyment of living, your social relationships, and your fun activities, and still stay on a program that's healthy for you. Going out to eat is a very social and pleasurable activity for most people. They like doing it, and it's hard to stick with a diet when you just stop that activity level. You can lose some of your relationships, and you get out of touch with your friends and your family, and so it's kind of important to be able to continue a lot of things you enjoy doing but still stay healthy. A lot of my patients have asked me to give them some ideas about how to stick with what they're doing but stay with the diet, but still be able to go out to eat. And so I've been thinking about that and felt like I probably ought to make a video of it, and so they could watch it and listen to it and think about it, and they can add some their ideas as well. But one of the things I really thought about that have thought about and that people have trouble with is that they just go out to eat and eat the same foods at the same restaurants. Most people eat over a 2 to 3 week period the same thing. They just rotate them. They have a tendency to go out to the same restaurants and eat the same exact meal. But those are the kind of things that may have contributed to their joint problem or their fibromyalgia or their arthritis or their autoimmune issue in the first place. So we need to change that. But you don't want to just stop everything altogether. So some of the ideas I had that might be a benefit would be you need to go to some different restaurants, pick up a sample menu, and plan ahead of time. Don't wait till you're hungry to think about where you're going to go out to eat. I know I do that a lot. You ask my wife, where do you want to go out to eat? And we discuss it for a second and think about something that we've had before, and then that's where we go. But when you're making a big lifestyle change, it takes several weeks of doing the same thing before it becomes habit. And so initially you really need to make some plans. So it's a good idea to go around to several different restaurants, see what foods they have here, analyze their diet, make sure they don't have any high fructose corn syrup in it, make sure the omega-6s are low and there are more omega-3s in the diet. So if you want to go out to eat for fish, you can choose a place that has fish that is broiled and maybe cooked with real butter, and you got plenty of vegetables on the side, and you plan that ahead of time and say, okay, I can eat here. So here's one place we can go out to eat, and it'd be a good idea to get a scratch pad, piece of paper, and write down each restaurant and then which ones that the foods there that would fit in what your program is, whether it's an anti-inflammatory diet, high in omega-3s and low in omega-6s, low glycemic diet where it's low in starches. So either way, but it's good to plan. So so after you pull together different menus from different restaurants, you can take that information, and I would get a rather large sheet of paper and write down each name of the restaurant and the meal that's on it that you know that fits into your lifestyle change, and have that in an easy place to access at home, where you and your wife or your friends or whatever can have access to it pretty quickly. So when you're getting hungry and think about wanting to go out to eat at the last minute, you can grab that sheet of paper and look at it and say, which one of these I kind of like to go try, think about, whether it's fish here or steak here, steak and sweet potatoes and collard greens and mustard greens, and which restaurants have those different things that would fit with your diet. You're not waiting to the last minute to make an impulsive decision, but you've kind of thought it through, make sure it fits with everything, and this will make it a lot easier to stick with the lifestyle changes that you're trying to do. And at the same time, you're still able to have social activities and go out to eat and be with other friends and family, Now, these are the kind of things that would be planning ahead of time like this would be a good way of sticking with your program and still having some enjoyment with life. You want to but it's probably very important that you kind of expand your horizons a little bit and start looking at some other places to go out to eat. I kind of like some of the Vietnamese places and the Chinese restaurants, and even I found a way to go to the Mexican restaurant. I've got gout attacks and have to watch out for meat, but I've found some of on the menus in a certain restaurant that I go to that's got a vegetarian plate that's actually pretty good. And I'll use the cheese enchiladas and still get to go out and do things, and I haven't really missed the meat that much. Before, I was going to a hamburger place a lot. So I really had to make that change. The kind of things you have to go through. You have to kind of work at it a little bit and plan it, but don't make it where you just don't do those things that you used to do, or it becomes really difficult to stick with this over a lifestyle, over a lifetime. See, some of the anti-inflammatory diet and the low glycemic diet for diabetes really isn't a temporary thing just to help you lose weight. It's really a lifestyle change that you need to make for the rest of your life. Okay? So I wish you well. I hope this is helpful. And again, remember, make food your medicine. This is God bless you, and I'll see you at another time. Thank you.